audience.
No. Please need my timer. Glorious timer. Thank you, Steve Jobs. Okay. Managing attention, they're talking. Communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and center. Say your name, fill it up, start your speech.
Hi, I'm Marie.
Hi, Marie.
How many of you have made a decision that's made you ask, why did I do that? All of us tend to make decisions that we're later not proud of, especially when we're under the influence of alcohol. That is why today I want to persuade you to never ever drink and drive. Some of you may be thinking, well, I don't really drink, but that doesn't mean that your friends don't. I'm going to provide 2 reasons why you should never drink and drive, and 3 actions and benefits that you will get if you follow my proposal. Everybody does something out of character every once in a while, but this is a decision that could cost you your life. The first reason I want to persuade you to never drink and drive is because of the intense legal repercussions that it could have. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in 2011, about 24% of teens have admitted to getting in the car with a driver who has been under the influence of alcohol. This means that even though they weren't the ones driving, they were silently thinking it was okay to get in the car with somebody else and silently supporting their decision. Driving drunk can cause you to lose your license for a year. The lawyer fees pile up and you'll have to explain your DUI to your parents and your potential employers. It can change your life in an instant. In addition, if you have multiple offenses, you can even go to prison and never end up getting a job. This issue is important to me because I have been tempted myself by the free ride home at the end of the night, but I have also been able to realize that it's not worth it. It's not worth the danger, and it's not worth the repercussions. And I believe that I can persuade you to also believe that it's not worth it. The second reason you should never drink and drive is because of the emotional impact that it can have on your friends and family if something were to happen to you. According to a survey done in 2010 by the National Association of Teachers of Mathematics, about 28% of fatalities are due to DUI-related incidents. That is about 1 death because of DUIs every single 45 minutes. But even more than statistics, I have learned a lesson here at UCLA in my freshman year. I lived on Dykstra, floor 2, and the first boy I ever met was a boy named Max. I never got to know Max as well as I wanted to because he died 8 weeks into our fall quarter of freshman year. I remember coming home from work and walking into our student lounge and everybody was sitting there and had just heard the news. Max was only 5 minutes away from home when he crashed his car on Sunset because he was drunk driving. He hit a wall and his car exploded and he died on impact. And I remember that his sister came and slept on our dorm floor for a week in his bed. And I remember during the candle ceremony in Bruin Plaza that she played the guitar and sang a song about him. I remember that his father read an anonymous note that he found at the scene of the accident about how Max had changed somebody's life in only 8 weeks. I feel so strongly about not drinking and driving because I have firsthand seen the emotional pain and impact that it has had on people's lives. Max never meant to do this to his family, to his friends, but nobody ever does. Drinking and driving is so easily preventable, and that's why I'm going to present 3 alternatives that you can take. First, walk home. It's as simple as that. Second, technology today It's so easy to just click a button on Uber or Lyft and call a cab to pick you up. Or third, I'm sure you have a friend that would house you for the night. By doing this, you can be confident in knowing that you've made a good decision and possibly that you saved your own life, or if you persuade a friend to do this, that you've saved their life. So in summary, I have given you two reasons why you should never drink and drive: the legal repercussions and the emotional effect that it can have on family and friends. I've also given you 3 actions you can take: walking, you can call a cab, or you can sleep at a friend's house. In addition, I have given you benefits to never drinking and driving. By making a simple decision to not drink and drive, you'll never have to ask yourself, why did I make such a terrible decision?
Thank you. 529, I liked your speech. I liked the rhetorical question that you started with to get people involved and get them thinking about that. That was good. I especially liked your significance statement because you mentioned everyone has made a decision or done something that's out of their true character. I like that line. That was good. You qualified your sources well by giving where they came from and the date, so that was excellent. They were to the point and persuasive. You made them dramatic. You dramatized your statistics, so they were good. You had good emotions with the Mac story. It went a little long, but still it was good. Your actions and refine your benefits could have been a little bit longer. Your summary, since you were coming up short on time, you should have shortened it down to be flexible that way. Your goal is to not sway, not play with your hands, and to have more variety in your delivery. How'd it go?
I caught myself swaying, and then I tried to lock my legs, like
Okay.
you told me last time, so
Yeah.
I felt like that helped.
Okay.
Playing with my hands, when I was trying to remember statistics, it's like that, I think, was like the one new thing we had to do, so I feel like
Yeah.
I was like playing because I was trying to remember.
Trying to remember them, yeah.
Yeah, and more variety, I think I did okay.
Yeah, you did a nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have when you are. I guess we'll have to do it without the screen today. This is good. How about this, Professor Miller? I'm in room 156 of Royce, and the screen won't come down in front of the room. The cable's missing from it. Yeah. Yeah, string on a ladder. What Royce wants to fix. Thank you. Bye. Hi. Did you turn in your paper over there? Good. Okay. Thanks for coming early, Jenny. Okay.
So, hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
So, I want you to close your eyes and imagine a forest of 1 million trees. Imagine the vast acres they would expand, the wildlife they would support, the fresh air they would emit. Okay, now, open your eyes. So, what do these 1 million trees represent, you may ask? These 1 million trees represent the amount we could save if every household in the United States replaced just 1 package of virgin fiber napkins with 100% recyclable ones, according to the National Resources Defense Council in 2009. So today I want to persuade you to reduce, reuse, and recycle. I will give you 2 reasons why you should do this, and the benefits and actions that will follow if you adopt my proposal. The earth is our home, and it deserves our protection and our respect. And there's so many simple and easy measures we can take in order to protect and preserve our earth, but it takes the actions of everyone. We cannot do it alone. So the first reason I want you to reduce, reuse, and recycle is because I want to limit pollutants in the air and keep our air fresh and clean. According to Affluent magazine, if every household in the United States recycled just half of their annual recyclable materials, we could save 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide from being released into the air. This is an issue that I am passionate about because I am an avid runner. And when I was little, I was diagnosed with a mild form of asthma. Luckily, I'm able to treat my asthma, so I'm still able to run outside every day. But it is the days that have good air quality that I appreciate the most. And I know that everyone would benefit from breathing cleaner, fresher air. And I think that it is important that we take the measures to make sure that we have better air quality days more often. The second reason I want you to reduce, reuse, and recycle is because I want to protect the world's natural resources and keep it looking beautiful. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, in 2003, the United States citizens disposed of 83 million tons of paper products. If we were to recycle just half of that, we could have saved 705 million trees and 290 billion tons of water. This is an issue I am also passionate about because I grew up 4 hours north of here in Fresno, which is only an hour and a half away from Yosemite National Park, which is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful places in the world. And my parents used to take me there every year, and I just remember really enjoying the beautiful scenery and just the trees and the nature and the beauty of everything around me. And one day I would like to be able to do the same for my children and take them to enjoy the same beautiful nature that is there. But I know that this is only possible if we work to maintain the beauty of our natural resources and we don't abuse our earth. So third, I want to offer you some concrete actions you can take in order to preserve our earth. One, I want you to stop purchasing virgin fiber napkins and replace them with 100% recyclables, because if we all did this, we could save 1 million trees. Two, I want you to sort your own recyclables at home and have trash bins for recyclables and for other waste, because if we sorted our own recyclables, it would ensure more items are being recycled, and that would make sure that our air would be cleaner and our earth would be cleaner. And third, I want you to replace conventional light bulbs with fluorescent ones. According to Energy Star, if every household replaced just one conventional light bulb with one fluorescent light bulb, we could save enough energy to light 2.5 million more homes for an entire year. And the benefits you will feel for taking these actions are: one, you'll breathe fresher air; two, you'll feel good about yourself for giving back to our earth; three, you will save money and energy; and four, you will be a true patriot who's working towards the betterment of the community and the world. So in summary, I have shown you 2 reasons why you should reduce, reuse, and recycle, 3 actions you may take, and the benefits you will feel. There should be no doubt in this room that everyone should be as dedicated to reducing, reusing, and recycling as I am. So close your eyes again and imagine the forest of 1 million trees that you know that you've helped to save. Thank you.
Thank you. 427. I liked your speech. It's a tough speech to give in that recycling is not exactly like drunk driving, or it doesn't have many natural emotions to it, and you managed to find the emotions and find stories within the context of your life and others, and so that was good. I like the way you qualified your sources, 2009 and so forth, so that was good. The more recent, obviously, the better. And I see you got Affluent Magazine, that was good. On the story of running and asthma, that was a good addition to your statistics there for your first story. On your second reason, on how many tons we waste, and then you gave the story of Yosemite and going there with your family and wanting to take your children there, and that was pretty good. On your actions, I thought they were all concrete, and so they were things people here could do. You didn't leave it vague. You didn't just say, okay, you guys recycle. You made it specific, so that was good. The benefits were good. The summary and the tieback were all good. Your goal was to not say to make eye contact, to control your body movements, lock the power strands, speak loudly and clearly. How'd it go?
Well, I definitely said because I started to lose track of what I was thinking
Stay in the
about.
power stance,
Okay,
a good
the
habit.
power stance, I tried to stay in, but I know I was moving my hands a lot.
Right, and you do this and just occasionally steeple, which denotes a sense of superiority. You want to give that nonverbal to your audience. So, and you were wringing your hands quite a bit. You'll see yourself tonight on YouTube. So, be tied to you. Be aware of your hands and what's going on with them, so that you can control them better. But overall, you did a nice job. Thank you, Jamie. Hi, thank you. Your timing is absolutely perfect. Can I hold the ladder for you?
I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh.
Okay, you're next? Okay, good. Now let's move this along.
Could we see the results of the Scantron? Do you have those yet?
Yeah. Can you pass it around? Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Here, let me try. Yeah, you hold the ladder though. I don't want to die. These services. Call one. So, the thread you got the rope. I got it. Let me see if I can get it to stay down, because I got the spinal injury now. So maybe you need to bring over. There we go. Maybe you need to bring over.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Appreciate your help. Okay. Managing tension, communicating respect, mindfully acting front center, aim for the left side speech.
I'm Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
I want you guys to think for a second. Think about all the things you've done in your life, where you've gone, your past, your present, your future. Now I want you to think about a world where all these things don't exist. The people you met, they don't know you, and you haven't done anything. Today I'd like to talk to you about abortion and adoption, and why adoption is a better option than abortion. I have two good reasons why adoption is a better option than abortion. One, adoption gives children a chance for a life, and abortion takes that away. I'm going to give you 3 reasons, 3 steps you can take to support adoption. And all you guys are thinking, oh, well, you're crazy, everybody would adopt rather than abortion. But according to the Guttmacher Institute, in 2011, 1.06 million kids were killed before they were born. So obviously there's some people that don't agree with that. I'm here to persuade you different. So my first reason is adoption gives a child a chance. Once upon a time, there was this girl, she was 15 years old. She was in high school. Like a lot of high schoolers, she played basketball, she loved basketball. But one day she got pregnant. So she had a choice to make. She couldn't play basketball anymore if she kept her pregnancy. But she decided to keep her pregnancy and she wanted to keep her children. But when they were born, because she's 15, she didn't have a job, she adopted her children out. They were adopted by a nice family, and they went to high school, and now they're in college. I tell you this story because this young girl was my mother. And I feel really passionate about this because I can relate in that if she had made a different choice, I wouldn't be here today. And that's enough for me to understand that adoption is better than abortion. My next reason is that abortion takes all chances away from everybody. So my brother and I wanted to meet our mother and just thank her for what she's done. So we put our papers into the adoption agency. We haven't met her yet, but we went to a meeting. They invited us to a meeting to talk about our story. So we were in this room, there was about 20 people. There were people that wanted to adopt children and people that were deciding whether to adopt their children out or to do something else. So my brother and I told our story in that same kind of fashion. And after we were done with the story, everybody was really emotional. Like, people have different emotions, some were laughing, crying. And Joey and I, we were taken aback a little bit. We were just thinking, because ever since we grew up, we thought of adoption more of a one-way thing, like, oh, you're helping the children, you're going to give them a home. But what we saw that day was that the parents, they want to be parents too. There's plenty of parents that can't be parents for whatever reason, and adoption's their only way. So when you abort, you take that opportunity away, not only from the children, but from parents that want to be parents as well. So 3 things you can do as an audience to support adoption rather than abortion is 1, spread awareness. When appropriate. I say when appropriate because I don't want you to leave the class, the first person you should say, hey, you should adopt someone, that'd be cool. Or the next person should say, hey, abortion's bad, don't do it. And that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is we're all surrounded by friends and family members, and when we have the opportunity, if we have a friend or family member that has this tough decision, try and persuade them that adoption is a better option. Next, we can donate time or money to an organization. My brother and I, we donated our time. We're all college students, so time is probably more prevalent than money. So just support them by giving some time, volunteer, and help adoption agencies become more efficient. And last, if you guys ever do have this difficult decision, choose to adopt rather than abort. So I've told you 2 good reasons why adoption is a better option than abortion. 1, adoption, it gives the children a chance, and 2, abortion, it takes away the chance for anybody to have anything good. So there shouldn't be any doubts that adoption is indeed a better option than abortion. So what I want you to do again is to think about all the things you've done, your past, your present, your future. Think about all the things you're going to do, your future family, and then think about a world where none of these things exist. Let's support adoption. Thank you.
Thank you. 334. Okay, you chose a very challenging topic. As you know, it's controversial, and the right to life and the right to choose is in play in our society and in flux. And so you have to, when you're doing a speech like this, measure the audience's resistance to what you're proposing. And I think you walked the line pretty well with this, so that was good. Now you started off with an introduction, which you asked people to think of what they've accomplished and that sort of thing, and you tied back to that, so that was good. You had your statistics from 2011 for your significant statement, which you qualified nicely. Your first story came from your own personal experience, and it was very powerful. And I'm glad that your mother didn't have an abortion, because you've turned out beautifully and so on and so forth. And, this is a living proof of a good decision, right? On your second reason, I didn't quite get, you said that you were talking about finding your birth mother and going to a meeting and talking about this. I didn't quite get, I guess your point was you were making a testimonial to the people that were in that room about not having an abortion. Was that how you were telling the story? Okay. On your actions, I like your use of humor. I would have suggested, since you say donate time or money to adoption agencies, I would have given the name of the most prominent one. Remember, concrete, more specific. Remember, from your text, the more likely you are to get action, because you left it a little general. You left out, when you take these actions, you'll have these feelings, the benefits, and so I would have put that in, because that's an important part of the, this is the Monroe motivated sequence we're using from the text for this outline. You wanted to be shorter in length. Personally, I think you could have been longer, because you were given 5 minutes. You wanted to engage the audience and include all parts of the speech. How'd it go?
Like you said, I left out a few parts. I
Yeah.
was sorted.
So you delivered it extemporaneously. You were clearly under time, and that was good, because we're running out of time. Thank you. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing well.
Great.
All right. You ready?
If your audience is ready.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cole.
Hi,
Hi, Cole.
Individually, we are one drop. Together, we are like an ocean. Today, I'm going to try and persuade you to support bringing clean water to every person around the world. I'm going to provide you 2 reasons why you should support this idea and 3 actions you can take. This is a topic you should all care about, because water is something that we can easily take for granted, and it is something that people struggle with every single day of their lives. My first reason for supporting bringing water to everyone around the world is that water is a necessity. None of us can live without it. The FDA recommends that a healthy person to drink around 11 to 15 cups of water a day. However, there are many people in this world that can't get access to even 1 cup of clean water. The World Health Organization estimates that around 3.4 million, that's the equivalent to the population of Los Angeles, the city we're in right now, die every year of waterborne illness due to lack of access to clean water. That's a huge number, and that's unacceptable. They also estimate that children die at a rate of 1 jumbo jet crashing every 4 hours due to waterborne illnesses. That's an insane number too. I could go on, there's plenty of these facts around, but the point is, water is a necessity that people need, and people struggle with it every day, and there's a lot we can do to help. My second reason is that water is something we all deserve. We all share this world, and although there's a lot of issues about inequality today, the fact that 780 million people, as estimated by the World Health Organization, that's almost 1 billion out of the 7 on this earth, don't have access to clean water. Experts say that there's more than enough water for every individual to live healthily, but the fact that 1/7 of our planet can't get it is disturbing. The UN Development Program estimates that a person taking a 5-minute shower uses more water than a person living in a developing country's slums uses in an entire day. The point is, we can do a lot to cut down on our water use and to help other people get the water that they also deserve. 3 actions that I suggest we all take are as follows. 1, volunteer. This doesn't mean you have to go fly out to Africa and start building wells. You can simply volunteer your time to help spread the word that this is an important issue that we should all take action on. The second is the second is to donate. UNICEF is a nonprofit organization, like hundreds of others, that uses small, like $5, $10 donations and volunteers to help build wells and bring clean water for children and adults around the world. The third is simply pay attention to how much water you use during the day. Make sure that you don't leave the water running when you're washing your hands. Take half-an-hour showers. Cut down as much as you can and eliminate waste. In summary, I've told you 2 reasons why I believe we should all support bringing clean water around the world. 1, because it's a necessity that people need to survive, and 2, because we all deserve access to it. And 3 actions you can take to help. In conclusion, Satoru, the Japanese poet, said that individually every single one of us is like a single drop of water, insignificant and unable to affect much change. However, when we stand together, we are very powerful, an ocean of power. Let's use that power to bring water to everyone around the world so that no one has to live thirsty again. Thank you.
Thank you. 408, it was a unique topic. I liked your subject matter. I liked your quote that was related to water in the ocean, and then you told us who said it at the end. So I was wondering in the beginning who said it. I would have also thought that you would have mentioned something about the California drought and just say, you know, we're in a drought in California and we don't know how much longer our water.
Lost 8 to 10 million gallons yesterday.
Yeah, and we had a flood on campus. Yeah, so all of that. On your first reason, you weren't. I guess you were absent last class meeting, right?
Yeah.
Because I went over. I was stressing it's important to give the dates of your sources, not just the source.
The source, yeah.
So you didn't date any of them, so I'm not going to say it every
in
time.
Your citation, though.
But
yeah.
when you're making oral advocacy, it's important that the audience
say the date, yeah.
hear the date and the qualifications of your expert if you can do it. On your second reason, be aware of it's vague to say experts agree or
Yeah.
a study found. We're above that. We can do better.
Okay.
On the actions were all fine. There's supposed to be one more step past action, which was benefits.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear a lot of benefits. And if you remember reading about the Monroe motivated sequence, sometimes that's the closer in these persuasive encounters is, hey, is there something in it for me? Is something good for me? So you want to put your benefits in there. Your tie back was fine. I don't see a set of goals. What were your goals?
More eye contact, better hand gestures, being on time this time because I was a little bit over last time.
Yeah, well, you were real under this time. I would say just watch your hand. You're still cupping them up quite a bit, and you want to put them at your side and let them gesture. Oh, you did a nice job, Cole. Thank you.
Thank you.
You get on video, Dave. Right. Okay, managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes in front and center, say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
Hi, I'm Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
Ironically, I am giving this speech with 2 broken ribs and a black eye, but they came from a surfboard and not another person. Last week, I was very critical of a speech that we watched on happiness and spreading happiness. I thought it was intuitively obvious. But I did appreciate one of the underlying components of the speech, and that was the issues with bullying. I wholeheartedly believe that bullying is an epidemic that needs to be resolved. I will give you 2 primary reasons and actions that need to be taken, and then the results of those actions if they are properly executed. Being scared sucks, whether you're at school or in a park or in a classroom. And it used to be, when I was a kid, that all you needed was a high degree of physical prowess to bully. Today, really, all you need is a smartphone. And there are so many different ways to intimidate and to abuse that I think that this is an issue that needs to be resolved before our entire society is engulfed in this tempest of abuse and intimidation. The first reason is that bullying results in potential suicide. According to Arthur Zellman, who is a neuropsychiatrist at Columbia Presbyterian, in 2007, he quoted that over 2/3 of suicide victims have been abused or have been victims of bullying. I have an assistant named Charlie Gray. He's a magnificent person, one of the greatest people I know. He would lend you his vital organs if you needed them. And he had a brother who was equally as wonderful. He was very sensitive, and his name was Max. And a few years ago, he was a student at Campbell Hall in Studio City, and he was being bullied by various members of the football team for almost 3 years. In May of his senior year, May of 2007, Charlie drove his new Audi, which was a graduation present, to the Arizona border, took a bunch of medication, and killed himself. He sent an email, a text message, to his brother indicating where the car was and what he had done to himself. Charlie, his parents, and Max's friends have never been the same since. All that could have been avoided if anyone listened to Max when he was complaining that he was being viciously abused for an extended amount of time and he wanted to transfer schools. The second reason is that bullying begets bullying. Leslie Becker, who was a primal therapist and served as the director of the Jan Clow Institute in Venice, California, until 2001, from 1993 to 2001, quoted that over 90% of bullies bully other people during the process of their own bullying. That is a result of this passive aggression that builds up from being persecuted. Because ultimately it builds up, there's no release, and it comes out like a geyser. That is how things like Columbine and Sandy Hook happen, because that is ultimately what ends up being the outlet for these persecuted adolescents. I had a friend in the early 90s named Chris Davis, and he had been adopted. He was half Puerto Rican and half Nigerian. He was adopted by an Anglo family in Houston, Texas, and he was being severely abused by his older brother until he stabbed him 70 times. Obviously, his brother died and Chris went to jail. He was tried as an adult and he was sentenced to life. He was killed in jail in 1992. And again, all of this could have been controlled if his parents had done something to stop the bullying. That there are 3 different actions that can be taken to prevent bullying. It starts in the home. Parents need to educate their kids and discipline them constructively if they do not listen to the lessons that bullying is unacceptable. Teachers need to properly police the classrooms and the hallways. People need to feel safe at school. And municipal governments need to enact programs, interactive programs, seminars about bullying where students, along with their parents, can participate in these exercises and ultimately learn from them, and that should prevent bullying. I have given you 2 reasons why bullying is an epidemic that needs to be resolved. I have offered you 3 actions that combat bullying, and if they are properly executed, schools will be safer, homes will be safer, and young people will be happier. I think that I have proven that bullying is an epidemic that needs to be resolved. I didn't like the speech on happiness, but I did appreciate the component and the underlying theme of bullying. I think that it is an epidemic, but I think that there is a resolution, and I think that society would be a much healthier place if we find one.
Thank you. 5:45. Really liked your speech. It was a good topic. I liked the way that you chose a common experience that everyone had watching the video on happiness and so forth. And so it was something everyone had experienced and could relate to. Your thesis preview was fine. Your significant statement was good. Using being scared sucks. Using that I don't know what kind of language you'd call that, but street language is good for attention. It got people's attention and made it work. On your first reason, your Zellman quote, and you quoted the date, about 2/3 of the suicide victims were bullied. Very impressive statistic and very compelling. And you then gave a personal example of Max and going to the Arizona desert and so forth. That was perfect kind of proof. Just statistics and then a personal story. On your second reason, on the whole thing about the vicious cycle and that sort of thing, the primal therapist, I was fascinated by why you quoted a primal therapist, but I guess these are deeply held.
Because primal therapy is about the root of issues and not the actual issues themselves.
And it brings and encourages people to bring the root issues out through yelling or screaming or crying or whatever, right? Yeah. On your Chris Davis thing, that was good. It ran a little long, but it was good. It was good. Perfect kind of, you got the perfect idea. Some statistics and then a personal story. Good combination. On your concrete actions, I think these were smart actions. It's got to start at home. It's got to start with parents not bullying and beating their children, and also educating them that bullying is wrong and that sort of thing. Teachers and then local government, and that's where it was a little vague on the local government and what they were going to do. But
I was running out of time.
Yeah, so you let it go at that. Your goal was the hand gestures, the movement, and the pace. And I thought it was a good pace. I like the tie back. The hand gestures are better. You still want to be aware that you want to tone them down and not be so moving. I think the black and the blue, the dress that you showed today is credible and looks good. And your tie back was good. The only thing is you went over time. So other than that, you did a nice job. Thank you. Thank you for taking over. Okay, next, we're out of time. Moving. You ready?
Sure.
Thank you. You just happen to be sitting behind me. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
You knew it was going to happen today, right? Right. Okay. All right. 40. Okay.
Okay, hi, I'm Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi. So I want you guys to take a second and think about something that you value most in your life. Something that if it was taken away from you, you wouldn't be able to survive. For me, something that I want more than anything in this world is love. The love that I share with my family and friends is something that I really cherish. So according to the American Psychological Association, 50% of marriages in the U.S. end in divorce. And I asked myself, why is this statistic so high? Maybe a contributing factor could be that there's not enough acceptance of the love and relationships that people have. I'm going to share with you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed, or why I want to persuade you to be accepting of all different forms of love, even if it's not the most traditional form, and share with you actions you can take and benefits that can result if you execute them properly. So the first reason that I want to share with you is because one time last year I experienced, despite how much our society has progressed in terms of being accepting of same-sex relationships, we still have a long way to go. And according to a statistic I found online, 63% of college students are in support of same-sex marriages, but only 39% of the general population are. So I think it's clear that our generation is very progressive thinking, but still, with this experience I had, we have a long way to go. For those of you who don't know, I'm in a sorority, UCLA, and last year, 2 of my sorority sisters came out as a lesbian couple. And this was a big surprise to everyone, but also I felt so much happiness for them because they were great people and they had found something that they cherished in their life, and that was their love for each other. What amazed me was, as the majority of our chapter was so excited for them, there were people who were a little less supportive. And the reason why was they were concerned about our reputation and our image on campus. And this really disappointed me because I think despite what we may think for ourselves personally, we should be supporting of others and not worry about our image. And I saw this opportunity of our house to grow, and this made our reputation better. It showed that we are unique. It showed that we are accepting of our differences and that we loved each other. The second reason that I want to share with you is from a personal experience, and I want to share how love can make us feel happy. My older brother, he recently, and within the last 2 years, got into a relationship, and our entire family has seen how finding love has changed him and how it's made him so happy. And his girlfriend he met in dental school, her name is Esther, and she comes from a traditional Chinese family. Unfortunately, it hasn't been all smooth sailing for them, and they've had to face kind of working on her family's disapproval of him because he doesn't share a common background as her. And this makes me feel really sad because I have seen the hurt that my brothers had to go through, not being able to change something about himself, or not being accepted for something he can't change. And I think this really shows a lesson that we can all take, and that's that we should look at who we are on the inside. And I see my brother, I'm of course probably biased, but as one of the most successful, kind-hearted people, and her family can't see that because of his background. And just to preview, they've been together now for 2 years, and when she graduates dental school, he's planning to propose, and their family issues is something they'll always have to work through, but I'm hoping that with time it'll improve. So I'm going to share with you some actions that I think we can take that will help all of us to be more accepting of different forms of love. One, I think we can all be more open to finding love ourselves, and not, because you never know what type of person might influence you, might sweep you off your feet. Two, I think that we can all just
recognize when people are happy, that should make us happy. Love is there for us, and it's something that we all want to achieve. So if you recognize that makes someone happy, that should make you happy too. And the possible benefits that we can receive from taking these actions are that maybe we won't have a divorce rate of 50% in the US. We'll see more happy people around all the time, and that people will not be ashamed and not feel like they are not accepted of who they are. So in summary, I've shared with you 2 reasons why I want to persuade you to be accepting of all forms of love and the actions and benefits that could result. So in conclusion, I think tying back to my introduction, that this is something that we all want. Love and happiness is something everyone strives to achieve, so don't be the person to take that from someone else. Okay, thanks.
5:15, right on time. Liked your topic, thought it was unique, and I especially like the context of you sort of saying, I'm a sorority girl, and all that goes with that, and then saying someone came out in your sorority, and yet it was delightful to hear that for the most part they were accepted. There's always going to be some that believe that God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and all that kind of sick stuff, right? And there are people out there like that, and you just have to look past them and not let them bring down your feeling of love. On your main body, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't buy your divorce statistics solution, but it was a good try.
Okay.
I think the reasons for divorce were much more complex than you're making it. On your first story, your Pew research in 2010 was good. And it shows that despite all the progress we've made, we still have a long way to go, and I think that was good, and then your story sort of confirmed that. Your second story from your brother with a Chinese girl and the parents hating your brother, that was a good story. And you had a good moral at the end of it, and you tried to give us a happy ending that they've been together 2 years and this sort of thing. Your actions were okay, a little bit vague in some ways, but okay. And your benefits were, as I said, I didn't buy it, but at least you had them in the form there. And your tie back was fine. Let's see, where are your goals? Be less nervous, have word economy, and be concise. How'd it go?
I was more nervous than I expected. But I was about at the same good time. Was it just a little over 5 minutes? So.
Yeah. Okay, so you're happy with the progress you made? Yes, thank you. Oh, we have a volunteer, yeah, excellent. Hi, how you doing? That's good.
Hi, I'm Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
I still remember lyrics once said, maybe you give a stranger a sight of smell, and he maybe thinks all sun shines all day. So smell is an expression, facial expression, and it also including some happiness, some pleasure, and lots of things. So today I will persuade you to have a smell in each kind of second in your life, and I will give you 2 reasons and some concrete actions and some benefits if you follow my proposal. So when you are in 6 or 8 weeks of your age, you have already learned how to smell each other, but with some current situation, with advanced technology, we also immersed ourselves in some smartphones and computers, so we find it's difficult for us to have the face-to-face communication with other person. So the first reason I want to persuade you to have smell in each kind of second. It reminds me of when I was a fisherman in university. I attended lots of clubs and organizations. One of these impressed me is that a club about charity. So in this club, I will go to some hospital to look after some disabled children in each weekend. So in that time, I often go to look after a deaf girl. She cannot sing. She cannot listen to any voice, and in the meantime, she cannot say other words. So we just write some words on the paper and through some gesture to communication. At the start, I also accompany her to do some handworks and go to park and other place. But at first, she cannot give me some feedback. So I was so worried about I did so better to look after her. But before I leave at the last week, she gave me a picture. When I opened, I saw a big smile face on this picture. So even if she cannot see other words, but I know this smile face can explain all of the things. And the second reason, I persuade you to have the smile in this kind of second, because this smile is the most natural method to change your mood. And with Harvard University psychological research, it found that kids often smiled 400 times a day, but adults only smile 20 times. So maybe with some social pressure, we find it difficult to have the smile on our face. And with another statistic about British study shows that once you smile, it has a big function about your brain. So maybe your one smell can elicit your activities, and then that's 2,000 chocolate bars. So you can think how imagine powerful about your smiling. And third, I want to share with you some concrete actions that you have to take. The first, you should use your eyes, because your eyes is a most big function about your smile. And second, you should use smile, especially during the difficult time. So, and the next, I will give you some benefit about this. At first, this is you can release your pressure from your work and prevent you from tired. And second, you can know that smiling is very benefit about your healthy. So in summary, I have told you the two reasons and some actions and some benefits about if you follow my proposal. So I also believe that lucky guys may be a smiling guys. So thank you.
Thank you. That was 4 minutes and 1 second. Vicki, I liked your speech. It was unique. It was different. You chose to talk about smiling, a very practical thing, one that doesn't cause a lot of investment, one that nearly everyone could apply. So that was good. So it should have been fairly easy to persuade people to do this. But we'll see how it went. On your significant statement, you talked about the fact that we're moving more towards social media and less face-to-face communication. And I wasn't sure how that related back to smiling or not smiling or needing to smile more, but I think you should have made the link. On your first reason why we need to smile more, you told the story of the deaf girl at the orphanage that you worked with, and that she gave you a piece of paper with a smile, a picture on it, and that was a very satisfying experience for you. And you gave your feelings about that. On your second reason, and this is where I've been bugging people about this all day, you said the Harvard University psychological research, no date, and we needed to know maybe the name of the researcher and more specifics in your citation orally. I know you had it back here in your bibliography, but you need to present it orally to your audience. On the British study, whatever that means, that's again a little vague. And you want to say who did this British study, what year, and that sort of thing. I like the concrete action of using your eyes as well as your mouth to smile, and your benefits were fine. And I like the cute ending about, lucky guy smiling and that sort of thing. What were your goals?
Maybe I should have more eye contact.
Yeah.
And make my reference make more references to explain what I thought and make and find more statistics about it.
Yeah, it was kind of hard, wasn't it? Because smiling isn't exactly a big topic. Yeah, okay, so you did a nice job. Thank you. You got it done. Hi. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
Okay, hi, I'm Julia.
Hi, Jude. Wait, they're talking. Those two back there. Okay, wait for everybody. Always have your audience with you.
So they say that not all those that wander are lost, and I actually believe that wandering is something that is good for you every once in a while. And when I say wandering, I don't mean wander around your house. I mean wander across the universe. So they say that everywhere you go becomes a part of you somehow. So I'm here to persuade you guys to travel and see the world, but not anywhere, to come to Egypt. So, Egypt is my hometown and I love it like no place else. And the reason why I want you guys to come is because I'm sure you'll have the time of your life because it's the best place to be, of course in my opinion. And I think it's one of the best countries in the world. And I'll offer you guys two reasons why you should come, some actions you can take, and the benefits that will result if you do what I say. So, the first reason why you should go is simply because anything you want is there. If you like tourism, if you like history, if you like monuments, definitely Egypt is a place to be. If you like beaches, nice weather, and partying all night, it's a city that never sleeps, it's guaranteed. So, I think that going there is definitely something you should do someday. And the reason I'm so confident is because even if you search online, Egypt is one of the best countries in the world. And for example, the pyramids of Giza are the sole honorary candidates in the 7 wonders of the world. And this actually makes me feel very proud because at the beginning there was a debate whether they'll include Egypt in the 7 wonders of the world or not. So yeah, I think it's a place well deserved. The second reason why I think you guys should go is because people there are very friendly. Their hospitality will make you feel very comfortable. You won't be intimidated at all. They speak more than one language. They speak English better than Egyptian even sometimes. And I mean, they love tourists because obviously they're the reason why they make a living. So yeah, I mean, you won't feel intimidated. You'll feel like royalty, and who doesn't want that? So the actions I would suggest you guys take is, first of all, don't listen to the news because, I mean, I don't know how much you guys are following, but with the revolution and everything, they make it seem like people are dying there, and it's not true. Everything is good. So yeah, stop listening to the news if you do. And the second thing is buy your tickets now because I guarantee you guys will benefit a lot, and I guarantee you guys will have the times of your life. And just call me, I'll tell you where to go. And yeah, so I give you guys 2 reasons to come to Egypt. I hope they're convincing enough. And the actions and benefits, you'll see them for yourself. You can surf online, you can go and see it yourself. I mean, you'll see how credible it is. And yeah, so I would suggest you guys start wandering and start by Egypt, and then you can go around. But start by Egypt. Put it on your to-do list.
Okay, thank you. That was 3:23, so you had some time. You could have expanded if you wanted to. You started with the J.R. Tolkien quote of "Not all those who wander are lost." I would have liked you to have gone back to that quote for bookends, for the tie-back.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did in the paper, but not up here. And so that gives it a sense of coming the full circle, and you want to do that. Your setup was fine. You gave a good preview, and you gave good significance, and it was clear that you're enthusiastic about your home country, and so that was good. On your first reason, you talked about all the different things that you could do there, and you then talked about the pyramids of Giza as one of the 7 wonders of the world. And so you were sort of arguing that this was a good place for us all to go. What I didn't see a lot of, and I would have liked to have seen more of, was some more research, some more evidence of how much a ticket costs, what the different travel is safe, that sort of thing, so you can take care of that. On your second reason, if you are any indication of the hospitality of Egyptians, and I think we're all in good shape because you seem to be very friendly and welcoming, and that's good. And I think that you mentioned that the English is spoken there quite a bit, and so people that are, limited in just speaking English wouldn't have a problem. On your actions, you say, "Don't believe what you hear." Yeah, and I think that I think I would have spent a little more time on this because the way the media is portraying the Arab Spring is that it's there are people dying in the Muslim Brotherhood or being thrown in jail, and it's a very bloody place and people are being slaughtered everywhere. And you needed to refute that because that's what we see in the American press over here is a picture of Egypt in disarray. And so I would have addressed that just a little bit more. Your benefits were good. Your summary and your conclusion, the only thing I wanted to talk about was your tie back could have been better. What were your goals?
I wanted to have an original topic.
Yeah.
And I want to persuade you guys, so it depends on you how good I did.
Yeah, I think one last thing, a specific thing would be if you could talk about how cheap the airline flights are, that it's not that expensive to fly to Cairo or whatever like that, so from New York or something, or from London, so then, that would be good. Okay? Did a nice job, thank you. Okay, she's managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and center, say your name, feel the love, start your speech. By the way, before you start, if you haven't turned in your papers, they go up on this table right here, so pass them forward, your final. Okay. We'll give everybody a minute to scramble back. How are we doing on time? So we're now in borrowed time, huh? Okay, we're rocking and rolling, I hope.
Imagine if you had a message from your doctor that your heart was failing and that there's no medicine that they could give you or any treatment that would help you out. And what if the only solution was to have an organ donation and a compatible match? I think this would be one of the most helpless feelings that anyone could ever experience. And being able to give someone the gift of life, I think, is the ultimate gift we could ever give, and it's something we can give once we're gone. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about trying to persuade you to become an organ donor. And I think I'm going to give you 2 reasons and some actions and benefits that you can receive by carrying this through. And according to the organdonor.gov, they said that there's more than 120,000 people in the United States alone who are on a waiting list, and a lot of them will never get a call. 18 people die every day because they don't get a call for an organ donation. So if this isn't incentive enough, I don't know what else is. So the first concrete reason I'm going to give you to become an organ donor is because every donor can save up to 8 lives. And I think that's really incredible, and one of my friends, the story I'm going to share with you is about his personal experiences, and his cousin actually had a double lung transplant at UCLA Ronald Reagan. His cousin was 22 years old. He had been diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when he was an infant, and had lived with it his whole life. There's no cure. But after graduating from Gonzaga, his lungs collapsed, and he was admitted into Ronald Reagan. He was given 7 days to live and was at the top of the list for a lung transplant. And on the 5th day, he received a viable match from a miner outside of the area, and it saved his life. It was successful, and today he just celebrated the 1-year anniversary as of June 23rd. And I think it's an incredible success story. He has 2 older sisters, he has parents and friends, and he has a full life ahead of him, and that miner was able to provide him with that. So that's my first reason. The second reason is because there's a lot of misconceptions about donating your body, and I think one of them is that some of us might deem ourselves as unqualified. And according to Mayo Clinic, they said that you can donate your organs up to age 70, just different parts of your body, and you should never discount yourself for certain reasons. And I asked all my roommates if they were organ donors on doing this project, and one of my roommates wasn't, and I was pretty surprised. And her reasoning was because she didn't work out very much, so she felt like her organs wouldn't be viable. And I found that really interesting because there's so many ways that you can give, and there's no way to determine that by yourself until the cause of death. And even if your heart isn't compatible for someone, your retinas could let someone be able to see who is blind. Your skin could help a burn victim, or your tissues could help someone with a spinal cord injury. So I think it's important, because of lack of knowledge, not to let that be an excuse to not be an organ donor, and being ill-informed is really not an excuse. So from these 2 reasons, I want to give you 3 actions you guys can do to become a donor. First is just to sign up online at organdonor.gov. Second is to get it indicated on your driver's license. That's really important because it's a legal documentation of your rights and your wishes, and if anything did happen to you and you had that on you, they would know how to take action on your wishes. And third, I think it's really important to share your wishes with your family and friends and let people know how you feel, not only to spread awareness, but also just to make them know in case something did happen, what you would want to do. With these actions, I think you can see really a lot of benefits. One being you can change up to 8 people's lives, which is a gift that you can give once you're gone. And I think it's a way that almost we can find peace in some untimely passings, and death is always so hard. I think a lot of families try to find reason, and it's really difficult. And I think one way that you can is by knowing that you're providing life for other people. And if you do pass, there's nothing that your body can do for you at that point, but different parts can make their systems work, which I think is really amazing and inspiring. So in summary, I've given you 2 reasons why you should all open your hearts to becoming an organ donor, and I've gave you actions you can take and benefits that you could receive. I think there shouldn't be a doubt that it's such an important cause, and we can truly make a difference in other people's lives. And death is so unpredictable. I think we can never know, one of our friends could be on the list, we could be on the list and need an angel. And on the other side of that, we can also be the angel to someone else. Thank you.
Thank you. 444. Okay, I liked your speech. It was interesting. Now, did I show the organ donor speech in this class or not? I didn't show the model. Yeah, I have a model of a student that actually needed a liver, and it was riveting, persuasive speech. Really, it was tough to stand there watching, thinking that he may be one of those 18 that die every day. So it was good. On your significance statement, I liked the way you played it and talked about 120,000 and that sort of thing. As you've heard me say to others, I like dates.
Okay.
So put dates in to give your statistics and things credibility, so they have more credibility. On your first reason, you gave the good statistic that you saved up to 8 lives, and you talked about a friend, and to make the story realistic, my friend Joe, or whatever his name is, give him a name, even if you don't want to identify, make up a name, but tell us, make it a real story. And because you did mention other details, like he went to Gonzaga, and he went to the Ronald Reagan Hospital, and so forth. So that was good. On your second reason, I think that, I like the story about the girl that said, I don't work out much. I didn't. One student in this other class where this kid was, he asked, why aren't you donating? And one girl said, I'm going to need my body in heaven. And, there's not much you can say about that, right? The actions were good. Driver's license in particular, and letting your wishes be known was excellent. Your benefits were well documented, very, very persuasive. And your tie back to be the angel was good. You said don't shuffle your feet, have word economy, and don't go overtime. How'd it go?
I think good. I was probably moving around a little bit because I was nervous, but
yeah.
Yeah.
You did a nice job. You got your job done. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi. How you doing? Ready to do it? Okay. Good old Agnes. We still on tape? Great. Rock and roll, Agnes.
Hi, I'm Agnes. Were you guys on campus when the flood happened yesterday? Yeah? Okay, it was crazy, right? The waterfall. Where were you guys when the flood happened? I was walking towards the Bruin Bear when I saw the river. So I had to make a detour to go back to Regal Hall through Westwood and Strathmore, which I'm sure you know. So it was a nice walk and good exercise, but why am I talking about the flood and walking? It's because today I'm going to persuade you to walk 10,000 steps a day. And I'll provide you with 2 reasons and 3 actions that you can take, and also benefits that you will get by doing so. So I know that the number 10,000 sounds very intimidating, but do you know if you live on the hill in Hedrick, coming to this public speaking class and going back will take you 3,300 steps at least. So that's about 1/3 of the goal already. And us as UCLA students, we're used to walking, so this is definitely a doable proposal. So I'm going to start by providing you with the first reason why I propose you start walking 10,000 steps a day. It's because it's going to make you healthier and it's easier than you imagine. So the idea to walk 10,000 steps a day came up in Japan first. In 1960s, when a group of Japanese researchers led by Dr. Yoshiro Hatano, they found out that by walking 10,000 steps a day, you're going to burn 20% of your calorie intake, and it makes you healthier. The World Health Organization also classified in 2010 walking as a physical activity that is suitable for people from all age groups. It makes you healthier because it improves the health of your lungs and your heart. Not only is it beneficial, it's also easier than you think. Well, imagine going from this part of the campus back to Hedrick and back and forth for 3 times every day. You're already meeting this goal. The tour I made yesterday, I actually took 4,000 steps, so that's almost half of the goal. Second reason that I want to provide you with is because walking allows you to really appreciate the things around you better and also help you build meaningful relationships. I don't know if you realize walking is different from other physical activities and that it requires you to slow down your pace. And by slowing down your pace, it allows you to really start enjoying things that maybe you take for granted in the past, like the flowers on the sidewalk and the blue sky that we see every day. And also, I used to go to high school in Hong Kong, and so I really enjoyed walking along the shoreline when I was on my way home, because I really think that the view made me feel relaxed. A friend of mine later joined me on this walk, and because we spent quality time together during this walk, we became closer and we became best friends. So I want to share with you three concrete actions that you can take to execute this proposal. First, make small decisions to adjust your life, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or also like taking a different and longer route to class around campus, and that allows you to enjoy the view as well at the campus as well. Slowly you'll be able to meet the goal of 1,000 steps. And secondly, I would like to encourage you to download a pedometer app on your phone. Well, we learned about being concrete in this class, right? So here's the time to, now is the time to really apply it. Seeing your walking translates into numbers of steps and calories burned definitely motivate you better. Thirdly, schedule a time in your day for walking. Make it a habit and make it a lifestyle. When you carry out these sections, you will definitely feel healthier physically and mentally. And walking outside for a while will definitely help clearing your mind during finals week especially. You will also find yourself better managing your time because you will have to start redistributing your time spent on computers, Facebook, and phones in order to walk for your own good. In summary, I have given you two reasons why you should start walking 10,000 steps a day, because this easy practice will make you healthier and also make you appreciate things around you and people around you better. I have also given you 3 actions and benefits that you will get. There should be no doubt that you should start committing to walking 10,000 steps a day. And next time, if anything like the flood happens again, you will not freak out and you will find yourself enjoying the extra health ride and walk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
449. Well, I like the way that you took an event that happened on campus. It was kind of dramatic. It flooded, our sports empire over there and some of the parking lot and so forth. So that was all something that everyone could relate to. So that was very timely and a good introduction. I think it got people's interest. And you related it to the fact that you actually had to walk down into Westwood to get home. And so you related it to what you're doing. On your significant statement, you pointed out that you could do this just by walking to and from your dorms, and that was good. You gave the date. Tell us the date of Dr. Hatano's study or work. You didn't know it, but you gave another date. But as many dates as you can give, but you did have credibility. He sounded like a good, scholar or a doctor who knew what he was talking about. Maybe he had done some studies, so that was good. I like the story that you told about walking with a friend along the coastline of Hong Kong, and that was good. And I think you can mention to people that they can get a free pedometer online, so that it's even easier for them to use their cell phone it'll automatically clock you, right, as you walk around, yeah. What were your goals? Did you have goals?
To put more details in my speech because I was lacking last time.
Yeah.
Be personal, and try to walk around.
You did
not as awkwardly.
Yeah, you did. You did all those things. You did them nicely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. How you doing?
Good.
The Red Revolution, huh? Whatever that means. Sounds exciting, though. Huh? Sounds sort of communistic, though.
It's my high school. Okay. Hi, I'm Erica.
Hi, Erica.
And I want you all to think about ways in your daily life that you control your stress and you get control of your sleeping patterns and improve your energy and your immune system. And I want you to think about how difficult or easy these things are, because I'm going to share with you a really easy way
to improve all of these things in your life. So my goal today is to persuade you all to make exercise a part of your daily routine. And I will give you 3 actions you can take towards this goal, and benefits that you will receive, and 2 reasons why this will improve your life. This will all benefit you because we're all students and we all have to control our stress in some way, and I'm sharing with you how I do it. So the first reason why you should all make exercise a part of your daily life is because it has really good short-term effects, such as controlling your stress. Studies show that physical activity releases endorphins, which are the neurotransmitters in your brain that contribute to positive moods. And I've experienced this in my daily life. As I said, this is like my one outlet that I use. And it leads to all other positive effects in your life. So it improves your sleeping pattern, and it gives you increased energy levels. And these are effects that you feel like right after you work out. Like these are the short-term effects that will improve your life. And the second reason I want to persuade you to do this is because of the long-term effects. A study by the World Health Organization in 2014 shows that people that do the recommended amount of exercise live on average 3.4 years longer. Furthermore, people that only participate in half the recommended amount still live 1.8 years longer. So no matter how much or how little you do, it does improve your life. So even if you can only go work out for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, that's better than nothing. So it's also a form of physical meditation and makes you stop being distracted by all the other things in your daily life and just focus on what you're doing. And it has a spiral effect of improving other bad habits that are bad for your health, such as eating unhealthy or smoking, things like that. And I know that when I work out, I don't want to waste all my hard work, like going eating something bad after, and maybe if I didn't work out, I wouldn't have anything to lose by eating that. So 3 easy actions you can take towards this goal are: 1, just get off the couch. That's honestly the hardest part. Once you get to the gym, you start getting into it and you feel what you want to do, but from your bed you can't really tell how much it's going to help you. The second action is to start small. You don't have to compete with the person next to you or run a marathon the first day you go to the gym, but do whatever makes you feel good. And the third reason is to make it fun. There's so many different ways to work out. There's dance, there's martial arts, there's classes you can take. Some people like to run, there's sports you can participate in. Find what works for you, because it shouldn't be boring, it should be an enjoyable activity. And there's so many different ways. So in summary, I have shown you 2 reasons why you should participate in exercise, 3 actions you can take that are super easy, and the benefits you will immediately receive and receive in your long-term life. So there's no doubt in this room that exercise contributes to the quality and length of your life. And I want you to think about all the ways that you improve your personal health, and think about how easy just 10 minutes of exercise would be. Thank you.
Thank you. 3:39. Okay, you had some extra time. You could have filled in more stories and had more studies and statistics, but you got the job done nicely. It was well done. Let me talk about the fact that in your first reason, the Mayo Clinic is a high credible source, and it was from 2014, but you failed to mention that the Mayo Clinic did the study, and that, that's what you were referring to. So give your citations and the dates. That's called argument from authority, and the more authority you have, the more likely your argument will be accepted and be persuasive. Your second reason, you did cite your statistics where they came from, and you did say you're going to live longer. So if you want to live longer, exercise. The logic is simple. I thought your actions were pretty good about just getting off the couch. Start with baby steps, even if it's just to walk across the street and back. And I think make it fun. I think the one thing you might have done was to say the Wooden Center has, I don't know if they are, free classes or classes if you just show your card, and make more concrete and specific so they know where to go. You had good movement today, and you did a nice job. It was just a little short. What were your goals?
My goals were to elaborate, so I didn't elaborate enough.
Yeah.
I rushed through it a little bit.
Yeah.
And my other goal was, I don't remember what my other goal was, but just like put more details into it. So
Yeah, okay.
you might have
It's
rushed it a little
next,
bit.
and, oh, I see, you have a page here, okay, there's the page. More personal details and elaborate, okay. So you did a nice job today, thank you, Erica. Oh, by the way, I called your name because I don't have I didn't get your final. Okay, now I got it. And is Elaine Fang here?
She got a really bad infection. She had to go to the doctor.
Oh, okay.
I think she's going to email you about it.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hi, my name is Gabi.
Hi, Gabi.
Were you able to do one of your favorite things today? Today, 20.4 million people practice yoga, or about roughly 9% of the American population. This data comes from the most comprehensive and latest study in 2012 by Yoga in America about the yoga consumer market. Today, I want to persuade you to practice yoga. I will give you 2 reasons, 3 actions, and some benefits that I believe will encourage you to adopt my proposal. According to the study, the top 5 reasons people begin yoga is to gain flexibility, to gain conditioning, and to help their overall health and physical fitness. And I believe that these reasons will apply to your life because these are reasons that we think, aspects of health that we think about that are important to people like you and me. So the first reason that I think that you should practice yoga is because it helps you get in tune with your mind and body and how they are different every day. And yoga is a practice that you can do that is just for yourself alone. Michael Taylor echoes this point in his 2011 article titled Breaking the Rules, How Yoga it can be your own practice. And this article is from the site Mind Body Green. And I will support this from my own experience. In my sophomore year, I was feeling really stressed about figuring out my major, like many of you probably were feeling as well. So I decided to take an evening yoga class at UCLA to try to combat this stress. I remember one night that the yoga instructor told us something I will never forget. She told us, "Today you are enough, just the way you are now." And this really stuck with me because it really helped me to tune back into my body and my mind and how they were different today and different from the past, and to let my worries go. And when I did this, I felt really strongly about it, and I think that this can apply to your lives because when we go blindly through life without tuning into how we're feeling and how our body is, then we can get injuries or we can just bury down thoughts that could really bother us in the future. The second reason that I think that you should begin to practice yoga is that it will help you find ease in difficult and not so difficult challenges in your life alike. Tara Stiles echoes this point in her 2014 About page of her Strala Yoga website. She is the founder of a whole movement of yoga called Strala Yoga. In continuation of support of this point, I will tell you about my personal experience. This past Monday, I took a yoga sculpt class at my local Core Power Yoga studio. And I knew it would be a difficult class because I've had the teacher, and I knew about the combination of weight and heat and how that would really affect my practice. But I was able to combat this by going back to my foundation yoga and using breath to get me through the difficult poses and to enjoy the not so difficult poses. In addition, I was really feeling stressed that night about my finals and my summer courses, and after taking this class, I felt so much better, and the stress just lifted off my chest, and I was able to find ease in my practice and in myself. And I believe this will make you feel satisfied if you implement yoga, because this is a practice that you can take off the mat as well. Thirdly, there are 3 actions that you can take to begin to practice yoga. The first is that you can go to your local yoga studio and try it out. Usually there's a free week available, and there's actually a Core Power Yoga studio right here on Wilshire and Barrington if you guys want to check it out. Secondly, I believe that you should try yoga because you can take an easy action like trying different types of yoga classes to find the right fit for you. Whether it's hot yoga or Bikram yoga, restorative yoga, or even laughing yoga, I think you'll be able to find any type of yoga that really fits your needs. And thirdly, I think that if this sounds like too much of a commitment for you, you can really just practice yoga by finding a video online. I personally like Tara-styled yoga videos because they vary in length, purpose, and intensity. And fourthly, when you take these actions, I believe that you will feel energized, healthy, and proud. You will feel energized in your body and mind, and you will feel healthier and be more conditioned, get better stamina, better flexibility, and just better overall physical and emotional fitness. And you will also feel proud because you took the time out of your day to carve time for yourself and take some time for yourself, which is not something we always stop and do for ourselves. So in summary, I have told you 2 reasons, and I have talked about 3 actions and some benefits that I believe will encourage you to act on my proposal. There should be no doubt in this room that I believe that you should practice yoga. Today I woke up and was able to do one of my favorite things, practice yoga. And I think if you practice yoga, you might be able to do one of your favorite things every day too. Maybe you will join one of the 20.4 million Americans who are practicing yoga today. But I can't encourage you enough to see how amazing the benefits of yoga will affect you and your life. You just have to try it for yourself. Thank you. Namaste.
454, okay, unique topic. You started off with a resting statistic. I didn't realize that many Americans were doing yoga, and that was enlightening, and that was good.